blessed family. It's December 3rd, and I know I said I was finished my healing journey, and it would be, we all go through things, and so healing is a continual, consistent process. But I just came across some revelations that shook my core. And I've been through so much. When I have a chance to share my full testimony, you'll know how much I've been through. But I've been through so much and I've never cried. I've never screamed out to God the way I did today. And it was, I think, maybe overdue. Sometimes we need to let stuff out. And I've had to be so strong on behalf of my daughters, on behalf of my students, when I had students, on behalf of people who come to me, that I've never really had to do this. I have to really call out to God. So I just went through this. I drop off my daughter in the morning, where we see each other about 4:30 in the morning, and it's usually dark this time of year. And when I drop her off, I go to a park that's close to where I'm resting my head now. And the Lord revealed some things to me that just solidified, first of all, what I already know about the people who are in my life. But I always ask myself, how would God vindicate me? And how would I always ask this, how would he vindicate me? And how would he expose my enemies? Like, we as human beings, we watch movies, or when we're in school and we're young, kids oftentimes will go after each other, seeking vengeance on their own. It takes a very mature person, a very seasoned believer, to trust God the way I've had to trust him. The way I've had to trust God this past 3 years is beyond what you will ever understand. My heart is and I'm the type of person who doesn't like to hold anger. I don't like drama. But I've had to really, like this past couple hours, I've had to really just pause and say, why am I going through this? What is going on? You ever ask yourself, why certain things are happening? It just makes no sense. So anyway, I'm in the process of really, like I said, healing is an ongoing thing. People will betray you. We'll go through things where we have to heal quickly and move forward. But I think for what I've had to endure just this past couple hours, I really need to pause and just be alone with God and not come on social media. Just pause and not engage with people. And right now I have the luxury of doing that. I could do that I think right now I don't have to drop my daughters off right now. I don't have to really do much of anything. I think I need to pause and really reflect on, how much of what I'm going through is me and how much I'm going through is generational and circumstantial. Spiritual warfare is a real thing. And a lot of people live and die and never really come to a real understanding of it. And I feel fortunate to have had the ability and the circumstance to allow me to experience it, to deal with it, to face it, to acknowledge it in a way that is real, tangible. Like, not many people can say that they've actually learned through God, not through a pastor, not through books, but through real life experiences, learned how to fight demons, really. That's what it is. So anyway, I'm here. I am continuing to embark on this journey. I don't have a choice. There's no looking back. And that's the thing. It's almost like stepping into a situation, crossing a bridge, and finding out when you look behind you, the bridge is burning behind you. There's no going back. I have to just keep going forward. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I am moving forward And I am healing as I encountered more truths, and having to continually forgive people who consistently and continually doing harm and being cruel for no God-given reason. I have no idea. Just some people are just like that. Some people just, I call them the walking dead. They're just here walking to cause havoc and confusion, to challenge our ability to forgive, to challenge our ability to trust God, and then they just go. Hopefully that means that they, at some point through whatever they go through with us, come to some sense of redemption as well. But I know for sure some people, I look at them, I'm thinking, I don't even know if you have a soul, if you're just the level of cruelty that people will do to other people for no reason. I'm talking about serial killer levels right now. So I'm exhausted. I cried, I screamed. Like, I don't think, beyond having to sing for the choir I was in when I was in high school, I've never had to elevate my voice that high. I just had to get so much off my chest. Ask God, like, why? Why do people have to go through this? Why are some people so cruel? Why are some people so cruel and allowed to inflict pain on people who are innocent and unkind? Why are they so unkind? I can't understand it. What the Lord led me to understand about people who are unkind and the Galatians 5 is that there are people, for whatever reason, who've gone through things. We've all gone through something. We've all gone through pain. No one goes exempt from that. We all go through something. Now, there's people who decide they're going to go through something and they're going to destroy everything in their path. They're going to insist that they get what they want, no matter who they hurt, what lines they can cross, etc., etc. Then there's people who will get hurt and decide, that was painful. And because they have a heart, they say they absorb that pain so deeply that they vow that they will prevent and make sure that no one else experiences that kind of pain. I see that as being clearly two different kinds of people. And then there's circumstances. That's the third thing. Then there's circumstances in life will come up. And then there's God, right? There's circumstances and then there's God. Like the story of Job, who was innocent. He didn't do anything. He had a family to take care of. And the Lord and the enemy had a conversation. And this enemy's like, no, God's like, have you encountered Deborah? Or whoever the person might be. Have you encountered Deborah? And then the enemy's like, yeah, but you have a hedge of protection around her, Of course she's going to be nice. Of course she's going to be kind because, she has something to really, So then the Lord says, well, I'll allow you to do this. I'll allow you to do that. Well, well, thank you. This has not been fun. And I almost feel like if I'm going through this, imagine because I'm a female, I'm genuinely, I'm supposed to be by nature a nurturer. Not necessarily a fighter, although women do have to fight. Men are usually the fighters, the providers, the chasers, the ones who provide and protect. So if I'm going through this, I imagine the men that are called to at this time what they must be enduring. I just can't fathom. Because I feel like what I'm going through, what the level of strength I've had to muster, the level of emotions I've had to subdue, the level of betrayal I've had to forgive. I wouldn't want to be a man. I'm thankful that I'm a female, and I can imagine what men have had to go through in this time. Unless I'm seeing this wrong. I don't know. I have so many questions. Since this morning, I've had so many questions. It didn't become sunny. Usually when I go to this park, it gets sunny. I have a chance to see the sunrise. But today it's been very cloudy. It's like kind of a reflection of how I'm feeling. It's not that cold, and I usually run, so I really feel like I should run before I embark on this time of like, I'm not going to eat, I'm not going to go on social media. I don't even know if I'm going to answer my phone. Actually, I do have to, because I have to pick up my daughter. I still have to pick her up. But I'd like to do this fast. I don't have a choice. I have to do this fast soon, because the Lord is letting me to understand it's important to fast and pray right now. So I am going to do that. This has been heavy, 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 heavy. And I'm imagining if you are here, you're either going through heavy time as well, or you're partly responsible for the heaviness of the pain and suffering of others. I don't think I don't think there's one or the other. There's anything in between. I think, but that either you're going through some stuff or you are inflicting things on others. This is how I see it. So if you're not spending your time inflicting things on others, that means you're spending your time doing something. It means you're having to endure something. As you can hear how I'm sounding, a lot of deep. I'm a thinker. Sometimes I wish I wasn't so much, but I have been thinking. You know, I say I'm an anomaly. Can I even say that word properly? I'm an anomaly, which means, for those of you who don't understand, is that there's many levels of me, like an onion. There's many levels of me, and not many people have a chance to get to the core. I don't know if anyone really has. And most people will look at the surface and make assumptions. And I love to believe that that's where they need to stay, based on the assumptions I've heard that people have had about me based on what I look like. But those people who are able to kind of get past the first couple layers, I appreciate you for taking the time to do so. Because I know for sure I don't present as how I really am all my life. And so I've attracted friends who are shallow, superficial, backstabbers. I've attracted men who basically are attracted to me just because of what I looked like. I'm not too sure about now, but then when I was younger, for definitely sure. The rare times that I've encountered men who would explore me in a deeper level, who are attracted to me but actually would want to explore more, were already taken. They were leaving to go back home to their home country or something. So though there's always a roadblock, and they were happily married, would voice their adoration for me and then go home. You know, it never got past those things. So I never had a chance to really, I have so much in me. I love my daughters so much, and maybe I've been pouring into my girls so much because there's so much in me to pour into something, and to their suffocation, I believe. But the Lord has led me to understand there's nothing wrong with me, that there's a reason for that, that he fearfully and marvelously created me this way for a reason. And although I'm approaching my 60s and I have never been married, there's a reason for that. I told you the story about, well, those of you who have been following my child, the story about how every time I was meant to get married, something loud would say to me, don't do it. And this is not a reflection of the guys at all. It's just like something was so, it was like I almost felt physically sick when I thought about following through. So and on the outside, it would look like I'm just going around having kids and, you know, recklessly and loosely, and not, you know, committing to anybody. But it was never that way. I just chose to be in situations that I really should never have gone the length that I did with. And so you can see the depth of my thinking right now. So I don't want to burden you with more of this. I'm going to take this time to really, I need to run. I have so much in me right now that I need to run off. I just feel overwhelmed. The crying that I did and the screaming that I was doing was not enough. It just made me tired. It made me sleepy, but it's the situation. It was needed. It was needed, because I don't know how me holding things in is what I usually do. I'm able to hold things in very well. Because I've only had to go to God for things, and sometimes you just need a tangible present. Not that God's not present, forgive me, Lord, but you need something in the tangible to deal with stuff. And that's why the Lord gave us a voice. That's why he gives us tissue. So like I said, I'm continuing my healing. I mean, the intensified healing journey is going to require fasting and praying, and abstaining from food. I believe that's important, and I think that's necessary. So here I am, December, still healing. But I thank you for supporting me through this. This has been long. And when I started the channel, I did not have a clue as to why I was doing it, because I really didn't think that I wasn't the type of person that wanted to be on a platform or speak anything. I have a lot of opinions, but to share it with people publicly, I had no wish for that. I had no interest in that. So I encouraged my daughter to do it because she's such a ham. She's so smart, pretty, she's funny. She started a channel, but because I could see her doing it, but it didn't stay. She found a reason to not continue. And then I kept getting the message, start a channel. I thought, okay, so maybe it is me. And here I am. On this platform that has gone under so much attack for speaking truth. It's just been crazy. Anyway, I thank you guys for your support again. The fast is supposed to be a short one in relation to a fast. The fast I've done before have been like 40 days, 20 days. So this one will not be long, but it is so necessary. I need to deal with whatever's going on with me emotionally, so I can face the truth head first, because that's important. All right. Thank you for the hearts. Whoever's hearting up my live, I love you. Thank you. Oh my God, I'm sweaty. This coat is ridiculous. It's like in Canada, I always say this, one thing before I go, a little aside. We have finally seen snow that sits on the ground here, which means it's been cold enough to have ice and people change their tires, etc., etc. We're preparing for Christmas. I have a coat here that I bought. The company is called, I shouldn't even say the company because I'm not sponsored anyway, but this coat is a Canadian company. It's well known in Canada. And I always say, people always say it's cold outside, I say, what's your problem? We have companies that make $600, $700 coats. We have beautiful hats, gloves, scarves. Go get one. If you like fashion, this is the best time to go out and get beautiful whatever you want and wear it in the winter. I love to walk in the snow. I love to walk when it's cold. We have beautiful gloves, insulated scarves, boots. I don't want to hear I have the cutest gloves, the cutest socks. I don't want to hear anyone complaining about anything. And the point of this is that this coat I'm wearing right now is one of the Canada's highest, that I know of. Canada Goose is probably the highest that I know of, and there's probably other ones I don't even know the name of, but this particular company is comparable to Canada Goose. And I'm sitting in the car and I'm sweating like a pig because my body runs hot. But I refuse to go out without layers. And I'm sitting in the car and I'm all the crying and stuff I was doing. And this coat, I was going to go into the store and get some water to do this fast. I need some, not distilled water, spring water to do this. And so I'm sitting in the car sweating. So if you see that my face is wet, this is what I do. I sweat. Anyway, thank you for listening. I appreciate you all. Remember, you are made marvelously. You are a special, unique generation of people. You're not a mistake. God chose you for this time. So whatever you're enduring, you are strong, you're resilient, you're brilliant. You may not have all the answers, not yet, but the Lord sure will reveal it to you whether you serve him or not. This is what he's doing right now. All right, guys, until next time, be blessed. Thank you. I love you.